Sup people, welcome back to See These CDs, where in each one of these videos I try and take a closer look at a select CD from my own personal collection and just take a deeper dive into the overall cover artwork, graphic design and packaging for the CD. If you haven't already figured it out, today we're going to be talking about Tinashe's 2014 CD, Aquarius. More specifically, it was released October 3rd, 2014, and it's just underneath an hour at 55 minutes and 43 seconds. It was also released under RCA Records. As far as art direction and design goes, that was handled by or credited to Paula Marulunda, which she's worked with other names, big pop names like Ciara back in 2013 on her project. I think it was that was the title of the project as well, Ciara. Shakira. She's worked with Celine Dion. Avril Lavigne, if you're familiar with her, she's come out with work I think like in 2013. I think that was the last time she came out with something, or maybe 2014. But she definitely was a more prominent name around like 2006, 2005. She could still be popping today. I'm not like I don't avidly follow Avril Lavigne. She's also worked with Ricky Martin, and she's done several CDs as far as like the art direction and design goes. For the TV show Glee. The photography is credited to Michael Schwartz, which he's also as well as a photographer, he's a musician. He has composer credits for several of the Beastie Boys projects, like Remote Control, Hello Nasty, The Negotiation, Limerick File. Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot of work with other artists as well. I just that was one thing I picked out because he, like I said, he had the composer credits for several of the Beastie Boy projects, and I just thought it was interesting that he was like a multifaceted artist. But as far as like his photography goes, he's also worked with acts like Zendaya in 2013. He's done photographs for her. She's another pop act, or within the same lane I would say as Tinashe. And he's also done photography for one of George Lopez's comedy albums, titled El Más Chingón, which came out in 2006. So yeah, if we just want to examine the front cover, the cover art, it would seem to obviously it's Tinashe if you're not familiar with her. I know a lot of time I review a lot of hip hop stuff, rap music primarily. I wouldn't say Tinashe. I'm not saying she makes rap music, but she's kind of within that sphere. She's not too far outside. I would say that whole element. I don't know. At first I was definitely just into her looks. You know what I'm saying? And I started I was like, all right, let me check out her music if I'm be all about this girl. And I definitely think that she definitely has some tracks that I 100% fuck with. So I grew to appreciate her musically, and I don't know, her appeal to me is more like she's kind of regular. I don't mean that in a bad way. It's more kind of like that girl from down the block you might know. To me, Tinashe's appeal is like she's more like a girl down the block that you might have I don't know, went to school with, whatever. But the front cover, is her looking off to the right hand side. She's wearing a white jacket, primarily white from what I can see, just white and gold. She's just got her hands not necessarily crossed, but it seems like she's one hand's holding the other. And at the bottom, of the picture, in white text, we have the track title as well as Tinashe's name. I do think that's typically, I'm not really exactly sure. I want to say I have seen her name spelled like that, in other, works, with the A, how it's, slanted. So I don't know if that's just typically how she always spells her name or how it's always listed. But yeah, it would look like, there's a projection of smoke, being cast over her. And there's a blue backdrop. So, I guess it goes with the whole idea of Aquarius, just the whole idea, more so playing to I guess that ocean type vibe, or aquatic. It's not obviously she's not swimming, but it's just more, with the blue. It's kind of the imagery or the vibe that I get from it a little bit. But yeah, if we want to turn around to the back of the CD, we have Tinashe and what would seem to be what I want to say is a half Kanye mask. I'm just trying to eliminate the glare. We got a black backdrop, and the actual photo of Tinashe, I don't know. I'm assuming they probably did this in the editing afterwards with the Photoshop. But it almost seems like there's like a soft, like, I don't know, like layer over her actual skin, or the photo itself. It's kind of like a blur to the picture. It looks pretty, it looks pretty interesting, to be honest. Because it's just like you just notice it, so it kind of like draws your eye in a little bit more. And then like I said, like it's like a Kanye bandana almost. Like that's what it would seem like, or that's what it seems like they'd be pulling from. We have the barcode at the very top in the right hand side. On the left hand side, we have each one of the tracks listed, and they're written in an interesting type of typography, where it seems like each one of the E's are just like 3 lines or 3 horizontal lines. I'm not really seeing any other like themes in the other letters for the most part, but I do think that's interesting. Then we have like the numbers on the left hand side. They're listed in blue, while the titles are listed in white. The very top we have like like I was saying from the the front cover, Aquarius vibe with there's like those waves right above that first track. Aquarius, we'll try and get a shot right there. See if I can get it. Shut it back up. There we go. All right, so just so you can see that. And then we have some of the, I guess like the bigger names that were like had credit in like more of the behind the scenes with this CD, I would assume. We have the RCA logo right there, and it's Tonashe. If we want to turn it around to the front, or inside the CD rather, the actual CD or the cover of the CD itself is just plainly white. We have like the title, as well as like other like label accreditations around the rim listed in very small font. It's blue, following that Aquarius theme, vibe, aesthetic, however you want to label it. And then we have once again Tinashe's name, as well as the CD title name listed right there. And the waves are, it's just etched out, so you get that like that holographic effect when it bounces off the light. RCA logo in blue as well, listed at the bottom of the CD. The back of the CD is just typical back of a CD, but I'll show you just in case. You never know. I don't know why. And then behind the CD we get Tinashe with the more provocative look, taking her jacket off, which against the same lighting as the front cover, I think it looks great. Alright, so if we just want to slide this booklet out here and take a look at it. It doesn't have that one long CD stopper, which I appreciate. It's got these, these two, just, I don't know what the hell, I guess 2 miniature CD stoppers. It makes it way easier to get out. Definitely appreciate that. I don't know whose idea that was, whoever responsible for packaging, I guess. But this booklet isn't necessarily typical. I'm taking a look at it right. Oh wow. I'm taking a look at it right now, and it because I did know, like I knew it was a poster, but all right, I just wanted to have like the right, I guess, way to open it up. So, like I was saying, it's not necessarily typical. I guess I'll take. All right, so first on this side, we have Tinashe kind of like arching her back. Seems like she's like using. She's arching her back. It's just a black background. Pretty simple picture. She's wearing all black. Her hair's, just flowing on the floor or whatever. It almost looks like she's listening to music. I feel like I seen like a commercial that was, very similar to, this picture. Pretty cool picture. Nothing wrong with it. I can definitely see why it fits into, just the other images, we've seen thus far. If we want to flip around to the back, we have a thank you. Which, most artists, I feel like just about every artist we've taken a look at thus far has featured a thank you in their booklet for their CDs. So, I feel like I'm getting a pretty good shot. She just thanks everybody who seemingly was affiliated with and helped her out with, creating this album. We have the credits at the bottom, which you will see the 2 featured artists I did mention earlier listed as well. RCA logo also for each one of the titles of the people affiliated with this album. It's actually in light blue, if you can't tell on camera. The RCA logo is in white, and then I guess like the label text at the bottom is also like a darker blue, with the majority of the text, as far as like the thank you and everything else goes, being in white and then silver and black background. Pretty typical and run of the mill, for what we've seen, for this CD thus far. When this is upside down, all right, so Yeah, man. All right, so yeah. All right, so this, yeah, it's just kind of a lot, and I think this is pretty cool, because these pictures are just like, yeah, I don't know, they're just like pop, like they're just dope pictures. We got this first one, which it's more like, it's like the coloring, you know, like I want to say that's like my favorite picture of Tinashe, like as far as like how it looks, how she looks in the picture. But yeah, the coloring is pretty friggin' dope. Even the way, like, you know, I guess like the lipstick, you know, how her lipstick like goes against her skin, or the contrast, I guess. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Kind of adds like another layer of dimension almost. And I don't know if I'm just like, you know, maybe I'm almost being distracted by the whole scarf thing. But, you know, I think that's a pretty dope picture. Below that, we have, yeah, we just have each one of like the track, you know, listings, or the credits for the track rather. I was a little thrown off because I guess it really starts on the center page right here. You'll see one is Aquarius, the title, you know, track, you know, which is the intro, and then it goes here. Try and get a solid shot. I mean, I already feel like I probably got a good shot of this. And then we have this picture right here, which, to be honest, I think is like the dopest one. And I mean, assuming this is where you're supposed to begin, seeing as, you know, the top is the beginning. Yeah, I think that picture is just fresh. It kind of gives you like a water fire type like effect to it. It almost looks like a lava lamp exploded over her from the left hand side. That sounds kind of a little bit I wouldn't say sus, but it just sounds like I'm using some innuendos or something like that. But yeah, no, it's just how I'm like looking at it, or even like lava is like exploding into water from the left hand side, and you know, you just have Tonashe, just, you know, giving you some type of look, you know, looking into the camera, trying to get it's a little tough because like I don't want to bend it. I'm sorry. All right, so yeah, here we go. I don't want to bend it from its, you know, its original crease. I'm just being a nerd. I am sorry. So yeah, I mean, that was really explaining like why it was taking me so long to get it in focus. With, you know, we have the last page right here, or the remainder of the tracks listed. Get a clean shot of that. You know, it's similar to the text that we saw in the thank you. I feel like the thank you, you know, gave us like kind of like a blueprint of, you know, just like how, you know, the rest of the text and how it was going to be for the remainder of this booklet. Then we have Tinashe, you know, sitting in front of like some green, you know, that's like, you know, it's growing on a fence, sitting on a graffitied rock. You know, I guess she's, I don't really know what she's trying to look like in this photo, to be honest. I don't think it's a bad photo. I think it's, you know, like I said, I kind of have a thing for Tinashe, so like I'm feeling the photo, but when I step, you know, outside of myself, I'm like, I don't really know what the hell this is trying to convey, but it's not really a bad picture, and I think I don't know if it's because, like, you know, it kind of goes from like the blue to more the red, orange, you know, yellowish type of hue, and then to the green. It just looks like, to me, it's like very visually appealing how it just balances over this, like, you know, these 6 panels. So, you know, yeah, I did like that. And then, yeah, we already saw all this. I just want to make sure we get everything in. And then the back is, it's more like it's a full shot of, you know, that picture we seen from the back of Tinashe's album. It's a poster. You already know how I feel about posters. I'm probably not going to hang this up because I don't, you know, I want to, like, preserve the CD as best as possible. But yeah, then we just have her, you know, we have her name across her chest at the bottom, just in, you know, white text, similar to, you know, the typography we've seen thus far. And yeah, I mean, that was Tinashe's, you know, Aquarius. You know, I mean, like I said, at first, you know, I was pleased by the visuals of this girl, you know, just, you know, a little bit I seen about her. Like I said, she gives, you know, that, like, you know, girl down the block, you know, vibe a little bit, or at least, like, you know, I guess down my block or whatever. So, like, yeah, you know, that's why I was originally interested, but then the music, it's definitely pretty solid. I mean, it's worth checking out, you know, if you just, you know, if you're not familiar, you want, you know, try to figure out, you know, will you like her, or, you know, are you going to like her? But yeah, I mean, you know, we have access to, you know, so much free music nowadays. You know, it's worth a listen to. I would definitely say it's worth a listen to. You can at least go through a few of her singles, but whatever. Maybe not like her radio singles, but just pick a few songs off of the CD. If I was gonna suggest any, Cold Sweat is fresh. Bet is fresh. I mean, Dark Side of the Moon is that shit. I fucking love that song. But yeah, there's enough, tracks she got out there you can check out. So yeah, that was Tinashe's Aquarius. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is, been See These CDs. We're just going to keep rolling with these videos. Just taking a deeper look into actual visuals and graphic design packaging of the CDs. Thank you for checking us out. And all right, people, peace.